We are now live at Jess FM. You're listening to the Coffee Talk Hour. I am your host, Paige Hudson, and I'm here with Jeremy Gook.
Yes.
Thanks for being here today.
Oh, thanks for having me. It's great.
Great. So let's hear a little bit about you. Where did you grow up in Lethbridge, or where are you from?
I'm originally from BC, so I moved to Lethbridge, I think in 1996.
Okay.
So I've been here for a while.
Sweet.
Yeah, so Quesnel, BC, that's kind of where I grew up, and it's kind of a small town.
And where in BC, like what kind of area is that by?
Pretty much central, so it's just right in, if you were to go right straight across from Edmonton, you'd kind of run into...
Oh, neat.
Yeah, it's not on the coast, it's just right in the middle of the mountains.
Yeah. And what brought you to Lethbridge?
School brought me here. Ended up going to school, stayed here a little bit, and then met my wife in Edmonton, and then chased her down to Lethbridge.
Yeah.
It's just where I've been.
Well, that's good. I do think that Lethbridge, people come here and then they want to stay, for sure. So.
Well, it's close to everything. You got the mountains and the U.S. and Calgary. It's a great little town. So,
yeah, I agree. So, tell us a little bit about OUR.
Well, OUR is, it's called Operation Underground Railroad.
Okay.
It came to be, I kind of followed the organization maybe about a year and a half ago. I reached out. They were still within the U.S. And it wasn't until last year when we were actually setting out the Playhouse in L.A. That I kind of was able to get more involved, was able to meet up with the founder, Tim Ballard, real quick. And then the snowball started rolling to come here to Canada.
And that's so cool. Look what I got for viewers on Facebook. I got a shirt. So that's their brand, OUR. I'm so excited. Just
making sure that I'm just advocating for OUR. So
okay, yeah, of course. Yeah. You're an advocate for OUR, which is Operation Underground Railroad. And you help save children from situations where they're in the sex trade, correct?
So the organization does what they do is they work closely with law enforcement. They kind of do all the intel and kind of turn over these operations to law enforcement to save children. I mean, it's
a harsh reality. I don't think a lot of people understand what is happening around the world with sex slaves and sex trades and stuff like that. So it is good what you're doing. Like, it's amazing to bring that awareness and also save people's lives, because once you're trapped in there, it's hopelessness almost, so that's amazing. I'm so happy you're here with me today, but you got to talk a little bit about what you do.
So what I do is I build princess castles for a living.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love that. So do you own the company?
I'm a little part owner in it. My brother-in-law, he's the brainchild, Tyson Levitt.
Okay.
He's the one that brought it to fruition a couple years ago, and we were working together in the same building, and I just was kind of waiting for his invite, and then we started working together, and then Uncle Daryl was kind of call him Uncle Daryl.
Yes.
He's Tyson's uncle, but we all call him Uncle Daryl, and then of course his wife Audrey. So really we are building playhouses all over the world, really.
And these aren't just like ordinary playhouses. They're actually like beautiful. Like, I would live in one of those, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's amazing. And how long have you been doing that for?
I've been doing it, 2 years. It's a little over 2 years, I think, now.
That's good.
But, it's been a crazy ride. We've had a reality show. Well, Tyson and Audie are the stars of the reality show. We're just kind of in the background building stuff, but
that's still
it's been great. It's been on TLC. It's now on Animal Planet, a few episodes, and
that's amazing. And you know what's kind of funny is I looked up the houses, the company that you have, and I was in shock. Like, I was blown away by the amazing buildings and even just your appearances on the Animal Planet, you said now. So That's huge, especially for southern Alberta.
Yeah, no, it went really quick and really fast. And we're just putting things together and making it work, and it's been really great. I mean, the idea that Tyson had in the beginning to start building princess castles was a little scary, but I mean now it's grown. I mean, we are building stuff right now for here in Lethbridge. There's people that are buying them in Lethbridge, but also we got stuff in California. I just got back from LA, and there's stuff for New York and Ohio and all over the place. So.
Yeah, and that's custom playhouses. And so are you in charge of the design of them, or do you kind of go based off of what the client wants?
So how it works is the client will meet with Tyson, and then also we have a drafts woman there, Jennifer, and they'll actually draw up a concept based on the ideas of the client. Mm-hmm. So whether it's the kid or the parents or whatever, and then we make a good drawing, and then it's up to me and Uncle Daryl to build these things. So, yeah.
And you have a few kids of your own?
I have 4 kids.
Nice.
Yeah. No playhouse in the back.
No playhouse yet. They're like, Dad, build us a playhouse already.
Yeah, well, they're talking. We got friends across an alley, so they're talking zip lines across the alley.
Oh, good idea.
The city would like that, but
yeah. I want to see what. Hey everyone tuning in. I just wanted to make sure that you guys could hear us okay and that the sound check was good. So, great. Awesome. So, we're talking about the playhouses. What's your company's? Where could viewers find to contact you guys in case they need to get if it's an idea that they want to build one for themselves, or they know somebody that's looking into it? Where could they go?
I mean, there's Facebook. The best way would be to go on and do an online request on charmedplayhouses.ca.
Okay, so charmedplayhouses.ca is where you can go, and there's some photos of some designs and stuff that they've already created. So, or on Instagram or Facebook, you have a page at Charmed Playhouses.
Yes.
Great. And you have a lot of followers on there as well.
Yeah, they're starting to pick up. It's been good. Yeah. I think we just got over 10,000, so thanks to everybody.
That's amazing. That's really cool. So, besides doing the playhouses, the custom playhouses, what else do you enjoy doing? With the summer coming up, I guess.
The summer coming up, maybe just outdoors. I mean, we got the 4 kids. Like now, it's going to be the time where they're old enough to go camping and fishing and do everything that I used to love back in BC, but here. But
nice. And there's so much around southern Alberta that so many campgrounds and areas that you can go. And with the 150th, Canada's 150th birthday, everything is like. To get into the national parks, it's free. So, this is going to be the perfect. Yeah, no kidding. This is going to be the perfect summer, I think. So that's fun. And let's talk now a little bit about our rescue. OUR rescue is what it is, which represents stands for. Sorry, I'm stumbling today. It stands for Operation Underground Railroad. So it seems like it's quite. How many kids have you rescued now, or the
organization has rescued now? I think their latest was about 670 that they have saved, and that's just in the last 3 years. So, and it's really snowballing now with more operations, and as they get more traction. As far as this, I mean, that's creating awareness so that they can perform operations. Mm-hmm. There's 280 traffickers that have been put into jail. I mean, so they've really put a big dent in child slavery, but there is so much more. There's estimates of over 2 million children right now that are being trafficked, that are part of being slaves, or sex trafficking, whatever.
That's crazy.
And it's dark. Mm-hmm. The same note is that it's real. It's here. It's in our back door. I mean, had a thing there at the hockey game once where we had a booth, and a lady came up and said that she was offered $10,000 in Calgary for one of her children. So it's around us. It's not just
scary.
We think of it might be over on the other side of the world somewhere, but it's here.
It's right here. Yeah. And I've even noticed like a lot of missing women around early 20s and stuff like that going missing in Alberta as well. And I think it was yesterday I looked up on the internet, like I just came across this weird link of the 10 youngest children to give birth, and some of them were 5 years old. And I'm like, 5 years old, and that's my son's age. Like the youngest moms ever to give birth was 5.5. And that's the reality of it, is that like they can't just get pregnant. Like people are impregnating these children, and it's scary and it's sad. And if nobody did anything about it, there'd be no change.
Well, that's the thing, like the founder, Tim Ballard. Tim Ballard is his name. He's ex-CIA. He was a CIA operative for 15 years, and he started a trafficking division about 6 months into his career, and it came to a point where there was 2 operations that he was thinking of doing within the CIA, or helping, but one was in Haiti and one was in Colombia. And he had kind of made promises to the Colombian government because he was down there actually teaching the law enforcement about trafficking, and they said, well, forget this, he might get in trouble, let's set up an operation, I'll come back and let's set up an operation. And then in Haiti, he was actually, I heard about a child that went missing. His name was Gardy, and his dad had come up to the U.S. and they had talked about it, and he had kind of made a promise to go find him as well, because Gardy had U.S. citizenship. But what happened is when he had come back to the U.S., he had found out that he couldn't. The government said, no, we don't want you doing it. We don't need any involvement in this.
Yeah.
We've turned it over to the authorities. And he also said, too, you can't do it on your own time because it's a conflict. So his decision was, I made these promises, talked to his wife, and said, no, I'm going to quit the CIA cold turkey, turned in his badge and gun, and went out on a whim on these 2 operations, ended up saving, one of them 28 children, and then it's kind of simple, and that's where it started. But it's not just like kids where we think of certain ages. I mean, they're 3-5 years old.
Yeah.
And it's the dark part is that they can be sexually abused 50 times a day. I mean, it's scary. It's a scary little world.
And that like takes their lives away. It is a form of like robbing them from their childhood and from their innocence. And when children are that young, they're extremely vulnerable and naive, and they don't know any difference. And so it is great that there is an organization like this that helps those children. And I think what you're doing, like what this operation is amazing.
Well, it is, because not only does it save the kids or go in these operations and work with authorities and and arresting the traffickers, but the aftercare program that they have. I mean, they won't do an operation unless they have an aftercare system set up and in place so that they can rescue these kids and then actually put them somewhere where they will get help.
And be able to recover from that awful experience. It is. It really is.
Stories of them just in a room with a bed, and everything gets taken away from them, right?
Yeah.
So it's scary.
It is scary. It is. It's a scary world we live in sometimes, And
but it is, and
a lot of people don't like to talk about it, but it needs to be talked about, because there's never going to be change unless you talk about it and you approach it and you go for it, So that's amazing what Tim did to be able to just switch and say, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm passionate about. I want to help these children because there's not many people doing it. There's nobody really there to help them, and they need that, right? So
well, there was a podcast that was put on, but there's a quote in there that I remember, and it said that you don't pick trying to help slavery picks you, right? So it is dark. It is something that people don't want to talk about, but they have to. We have to rise up. I mean, you think of back in the day of Abraham Lincoln and him abolishing slavery, but it wasn't. It's worse than it ever has been, and us in our Western society kind of glaze over it and hide it and just say, it's happening somewhere else. I don't need to think about it, but we have to stand up here, because it is us. It is the Western society that is going over and performing acts of children and these slaves. So it's scary, but
it is. But I'm so thankful that you're able to come and share with us and talk to us about it, because sometimes that's what you can do to help, is to spread awareness, to talk about it openly, and to let others know that this is going on, right?
Oh, exactly. And
so
I would love to go on those missions and those operations, but like Tim says, and for those that are watching and saying, I mean, it's whatever you can do.
Yeah.
You will know, like Tim said, you will know what you can do. And this is what I feel I can, is creating that awareness, getting in people's faces and saying, hey, look at guys, like, this is happening in our back door, and we need to stand up and change it.
So is it on a volunteer system? I was kind of reading a little bit on the website about it, and there's people that go undercover, right? So they're just kind of tourists or like people, and that alone is a huge risk, that the volunteers are taking just to be able to find out where these children are, and to gather information and to help them, right? So
the way that they have set up is that those jump team members are trained ex-military, CIA, those kind of things. So they've been in it, they know what it's like, they know how to do it, and then they go in and work with those authorities. As far as us as volunteers, that's what we are, is just trying to create awareness, get out there and have different ways to create funds so that they can perform these operations. That's it. It's just get out there.
And you need to. And if anybody's interested in finding out more about it, they have a website. I believe it's www.ourrescue.org.
Yes.
So you can go and find out more information there about what they do. There's some really amazing stories about the children and different success stories, and you can learn about them. Of course, lots of them are anonymous. They want to remain so that they can get back into living a normal life. And it's amazing. The process is really, really inspiring. It's something that definitely anyone can help with, of course. So
well, that's the thing. Like when you go to ourrescue.org, you can become an abolitionist, and what that means is it's someone that is here to fight slavery, really. So once you can become an abolitionist by going online and donating. I mean, if you think of $5 a month, which is a cup of coffee, you can, help these children. I mean, that $5 a month can go directly, and that's the beauty of this organization too, is that they've set up CrossFit gym down in the States that is creating revenue from the memberships to help pay for the overhead. So anything that is donated through the website or us as creating different things for donations or whatever goes directly to saving children. So it doesn't go to pay overhead and pay for these trips. It's just there to help.
So that these operations can exist, and so that they can actually be able to
Exactly.
help and protect the kids. So.
And then, that administration and all that stuff is out of the way, so it's pretty neat. It's amazing.
And really, that's nothing. $5, that's a coffee at Starbucks. Seriously. That's nothing, really. And imagine if people did just recognize that, and if you want to help, I do believe in good karma, and I think that if you understand that, a sacrifice of $5 can change somebody's life completely, why not, right? So. And
then, like I said, change someone's life completely, but even that is a bit of an understatement, because it actually will change a life.
Yeah.
And not only just change a life, but save a life.
Their life.
And, there is a movie that's out there. It's called The Abolitionist Movie, and it's based on some operations that OER has done.
Okay.
And you can go on to that. I think their website is The Abolitionist Movie, and you can go and you can download that movie and watch it. It's an amazing
Is it
movie.
a documentary or just a movie?
It's a documentary. Yeah.
Okay.
And, but it's made by I forget his name, but the guy that did the original Jurassic Park and Schindler's List. So it's a very well done movie. I mean, you can definitely watch it, but it is definitely there for kids that are maybe 13 or older to help them understand that they can also do something. And it's not just us as adults, it's helping kids understand that right from. And that's the thing. This organization is ground level. It's breaking into pornography and all those different things that come from slavery. So
well, even it was Eastern Canada, there was that huge child pornography bust.
There was 2 of them here in Lethbridge that are within the last few months.
Oh, really?
So,
oh, yeah.
Again, it's in our back door, and yes, you might be looking online and on this stuff, but at the end of the day, those children are slaves and have been trafficked, and
it's scary and it's sad. But we're gonna lighten up or end this first half with just a little bit about you, so that our viewers can get to know you and a little bit about who you are. So I'm gonna read 2 different options, and then you can tell me which one relates to you more, or that you like more, or you prefer. Okay, so cats or dogs?
They're definitely dogs.
Dogs?
Cats I'm allergic to, and
oh no,
cats they're just for the barn.
Do you have any dogs? No. Indoor or outdoor?
Definitely outdoor.
Outdoor? You like outdoors? Do you do fishing or hunting?
Both.
Both?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't hunted for a few years, but the fishing and
you enjoy it.
And now is I got a kid, Porter. He's getting 11, so he's 11. So now it's time to get him out and involved. So hunting will.
Yeah, maybe take him out for a little father-son bonding trip.
Yeah, needs talk. That's why I like them, right?
Okay, flight or road trip?
Probably road trip.
Yeah?
Yeah. Flight is just always get bogged down, in the airport, and everything seems...
Yeah,
so
and
road trip.
Road trips, and I feel like airports, like the first couple flights are exciting, but then after that, it's just like it becomes like a hassle, almost like cattle herd.
Road trips, you can stop, you can relax.
Yeah, and kind of go on your own.
Take
time.
A break from whoever you're with, and just then come back into the car and go again.
For sure. Spiders or snakes?
I like them
This
both.
is a hard one.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You don't mind them both?
No, don't mind them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Most people can't choose between either of them because they don't like either of them. But
yeah, no, they're fine.
I figured out how to save the spiders in my house. Like, I just take a cup and I kind of put it over it, like trap them, and then slide a paper underneath and then take them
So you're one of
outside.
the save the spiders.
Well, because they do more good than bad. They get rid of the ants and the flies and mosquitoes and stuff, so.
When you get rid of one, there's always going to be more. So.
Oh yeah, that's true. They're never ending. Shower or bath?
Shower.
Shower. Lake or ocean?
That's a hard one. I like the ocean because it's
Relaxing.
It's relaxing, but the lake can be relaxing too.
I heard the sound of waves is very therapeutic.
Yes.
So of course I think that's why the ocean has the advantage over the lake.
That's true. No, Uncle D, he has this thing that he listens to every time we go on trips to
Nice.
calm his soul and help him go to sleep. But yeah, the ocean is.
There you go. See, that works. Chocolate or vanilla?
You gotta mix them. Yeah.
Mixed? Nice. The twisted cone?
Yeah.
Perfect. And downhill ski or water ski?
Well, I shattered my leg skiing while snowboarding, so I haven't done that for a few years.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not.
Maybe riding the boat.
Just riding the boat.
Driving the boat.
Driving the boat.
Hey, that's sweet too. And then last, car or truck?
That's a funny one because I've had a truck forever, and ever since I had my license. But I just sold my truck like days ago, and I have now a little.
We hit a soft spot.
Hard mix. So
Cool.
We'll see how this one turns out.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, sweet. Awesome. So we're just gonna take a quick little break just to recuperate a little bit, but we will be back, so make sure you stay tuned on Jess FM. You can go to jessfm.ca, or you can download the free app. You just look for the symbol Jess FM and you can tune in to what we're talking about and tune in every Thursday. So you're listening to Coffee Talk with Paige, and I'm here with my guest, Jeremy Gook. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll be right back.